Welcome to another captivating video where we delve into the complexities of the heart. Today, we'll embark on a journey into the often misunderstood realm of unexpressed emotions in romantic relationships. We'll explore the subtle signs that a man is wrestling with his feelings, clues that might be overlooked in everyday interactions. Recognizing these signs can illuminate the path to deeper understanding and connection in your relationship. So buckle up as we unravel the 5 signs he's fighting his feelings for you. Our first sign is quite common but often overlooked: unusual nervousness. Yes, we're talking about those butterflies in the stomach, the jittery hands, the flushed cheeks. These are all signs of nervousness, and they might indicate that he's wrestling with his feelings for you. Consider this scenario: you're in a group setting, and he seems perfectly comfortable, chatting away with everyone. But the moment he's alone with you, his demeanor changes. His hands might fidget, he may stumble over his words, or perhaps he blushes more than usual. These are all signs of nervousness, and they can often mean that he's emotionally invested in you, but he's trying to suppress or control these feelings. Remember, we all express nervousness in different ways. Some might be more subtle, while others are hard to miss. But the key is to look for changes in his behavior when he's around you. So, if he seems unusually nervous around you, it might be because he's fighting his feelings. Moving on, the second sign is an excessive protective instinct. Picture this: you find that he's always showing concern for your well-being, perhaps a bit more than what seems usual. He's the first one to warn you about the risks of a late-night stroll, or the one always insisting on driving you home. This isn't mere friendliness or politeness. It's a protective instinct kicking in, a sign he might be wrestling with deeper emotions. Now let's add a bit more color. He gets easily jealous when other guys get too close or when you spend too much time with your friends. While it's normal for friends to feel a twinge of jealousy, an excess of it can indicate something more. Remember, though, that there's a fine line between being protective and being possessive. Healthy protectiveness stems from care, while possessiveness can be a red flag. But if he's being overly protective, it might just be because he's fighting some deep-seated feelings for you. The third sign to look out for is inconsistency in his behavior. It's like he's playing a game of tug-of-war with himself, and you're caught in the middle. One moment he's all in, showering you with attention and care, and the next, he's as distant as the horizon. It's confusing, isn't it? But don't fret, it's not about you, it's about him. You see, this hot and cold behavior can often indicate an internal struggle. He might be wrestling with his feelings, unsure of how to navigate them. It's like he's on a roller coaster ride of emotions, and he's trying to keep a balance, but he's not doing a very good job at it. So if you notice this erratic pattern, it might be because he's fighting his feelings for you. He's torn between wanting to get closer and the fear of revealing his emotions. Remember, his hot and cold behavior could be a sign of an internal conflict about his feelings for you. The fourth sign might seem a bit contradictory: he's always there for you. Now, this may seem like a typical characteristic of a good friend, but there's more to this in the context of romantic feelings. For a man who's wrestling with his emotions, he may find himself going the extra mile to be of help to you. Whether it's lending a listening ear when you're having a rough day, offering a helping hand when you're in a bind, or simply being around when you need company, he's there. He's the one you can count on, the one who stands by you, rain or shine. This constant presence, however, isn't just about being supportive. It's his way of staying close to you, of being part of your world, while he grapples with his feelings. He may not verbalize it, but his actions speak volumes. He cares, perhaps more than he's ready to admit. So if he's always there for you, it's possible he's fighting his feelings. Our final sign is that he's not open about his feelings. We've all been there. You're sitting across from him, your heart pounding with anticipation, waiting for him to open up about his feelings, but he just doesn't. It's like he's swallowed a vault and thrown away the key. This could be a sign that he's wrestling with his emotions. This struggle is often because he's trying to understand his feelings himself. He's caught in a whirlwind of emotions, a mix of fear, excitement, confusion, and perhaps even love. It's a lot to handle, and sometimes it's easier to keep it all locked away. When conversations about feelings or relationships arise, he may swiftly change the subject or give vague, non-committal responses. He might even become awkward or uncomfortable, a clear indication that these discussions stir up emotions he'd rather keep under wraps. This avoidance doesn't necessarily mean he doesn't care. Quite the contrary, it could be that he cares too much. He's afraid of what might happen if he lets his guard down, if he allows himself to be vulnerable. He's wrestling with his feelings, trying to make sense of them before he can share them with you. Remember, everyone deals with their emotions differently. Some people are naturally more open, while others need a bit more time and space to process their feelings. It's important to be patient and understanding. If he's not open about his feelings, it could be a sign that he's fighting them. To sum it all up, we've journeyed through the 5 signs that may indicate someone is fighting their feelings for you. First, we dove into the concept of unusual nervousness. Then we explored how being overly protective can be a telltale sign. Thirdly, the hot and cold behavior, an emotional roller coaster that might be more revealing than you'd think. Next, we talked about how him always being there for you, in good times and bad, can point towards hidden emotions. Lastly, we discussed the sign of him not being open about his emotions, a classic defense mechanism that can tell volumes about his feelings. Remember, each individual is unique, and these signs are not a one-size-fits-all. They're simply common indicators to keep an eye out for. Understanding these signs can help you navigate your romantic relationships better. Remember, love is a journey, not a destination. Happy journeying!